This one says, Dear Jessica, 3 years ago, my fiance cheated on me with this lady who had a boyfriend. I caught them and broke our then 70-year-old relationship off. He came apologizing with promises that he wouldn't have anything to do with the lady anymore. He said he was just being nice and assisting her financially until things got flirty. After some time, I forgave him and we went back to our normal lives. This is the 10th year of our relationship, and our wedding is in 3 months, and we're still undergoing counseling. 2 days ago, I visited him, fell asleep whilst waiting for him to come back from the gym, and then I had a dream. I had a dream. In the dream, he was seated on a chair, and there was another empty one behind him. I was supposed to sit on that chair, but when I got there, the lady he cheated on me with was already seated on that chair. I asked her to vacate my seat, and she reluctantly shifted instead of getting up. So I forced myself to sit, and she kept pushing me off the chair. So I got angry and left because my fiancé looked on without a word.
All in the dream.
This is all in the dream.
Wow.
Okay. A call roused me from my sleep. He had left his phones and whilst he went to the gym. She had been calling him on both lines. She called several times, but I desisted from picking up any of the calls. She finally gave up. I became worried and decided to ask him about her when he returned from the gym. He refused to broach the subject, so I gave him the option of choosing between me and any form of relationship with her. I even insisted that he blocks her from getting in touch with him, or I call off the marriage because I can't even stand them being friends. He blankly told me he cannot choose between us. I feel he chooses her over me and reveres their relationship more than our 10-year relationship. We had a heated argument. I feel very disrespected. Do I call it off? Do I confront the lady or tell their pastors because they attend the same church? Or am I just tripping? Kindly advice. Interesting.
Oh boy.
Okay. Rosina.
No.
I'm dropping this on your lap. Lots of things to dreams and sins. But let's go for it. What do you think?
You see, I'm sure the man has several other female friends. Why does this particular lady jump up to her so much, such that she even takes it into her dream? And to date somebody, and I keep saying all the time that unless, of course, you were too young in school to get married and you started not properly dating, but this writing of letter kind of dating, there's not really an excuse to date somebody for 7 years to know where you stand. After 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you should be able to decide whether this is the person you want, and both of you should be in sync where you're heading. And you should be comfortable in your relationship such that you don't need to look back and do all these background searches and become a detective without pay. That's to start with. Now, you caught him cheating on someone. It's been ironed out. My question is that if he's having inappropriate relationships with somebody or with that person, the moment it happens and it's been sorted out, there should be no relationship whatsoever with this person. Because that's the reason why the relationship almost ended 3 years ago. So why do you entertain that kind of relationship all the way to the 10th year?
Right.
Now, if I've dated you for 7 years and there's a mishap and we decide to sort it out and we come back together, I don't think I'm going to wait for another 3 years for us to get married. Because you know me. You know what you want. I know what I want. If this is something we really both want, let's just do and seal the deal quickly and then move on with our lives. But you further carried it on for another 3 years. And then this guy had the opportunity to be playing around. And you see, if you cannot give up something or somebody that is bugging your other partner so much, especially when you're in the wrong, then there's a big problem.
Yes, I agree.
There is a big problem because this is your wife or your wife to be. This is somebody you're going to build a family with, your finances with, your future with, raise a whatever with. How do you open your mouth and say that I cannot choose between the two of you. It means that you are saying that, well, both of you are equals. You're on the,
same pedestal.
It's just unfortunate that, well, you've dated for 10 years, a lot of families involved, so I need to do the right thing and get married to you. But my heart is here. So commitment here, heart here. I mean, think about it. Possible. That is not a relationship I would want to get married in. Because I keep saying all the time that even relationships that are so good, so juicy, so wonderful, and both of you are actually in it and want it. Look, you get married and you're hit with surprises. So how much more when the relationship is like this? Then you can imagine what surprises you're going to get hit with after you get married.
Right.
So this is it. Yes, you should have stopped at the 7 years. You didn't. You carried on till 10. Please, don't let it go to another 13, 15 years. And you send another message and say that, oh, you've been in a relationship for 15 years. This is where you need to be in control of your relationship. Yes, you're a lady, but it doesn't mean that you should just hand down everything at the man. You also need to want to be in the marriage.
Right.
You also need to go in knowing that this is what you want. And be comfortable. Look, and be comfortable that you don't have to watch your back. Look, those dreams that she carried what she was thinking into her dream.
Yeah.
This is something that's bugging her so much that even in her subconsciousness, when she's supposed to be sleeping and snoring and, thinking about happy thoughts, wake up rejuvenated, she's rather taking these thoughts into her mind and she's dreaming about them. Look at how specific the dream was.
Too specific.
Look, do you remember dreams like that?
No.
Really? Look, it was too specific. These are thoughts. She come on, think about it. If you're a lady and you're insecure about your man, please, it's not a relationship for you. If you're a lady and you need to play detective around your man, it's not a relationship for you. If you're a lady and you're in a relationship with a man who cannot respect you, who cannot respect your feelings or emotions, who cannot respect what makes you comfortable in the relationship, then please, my dear, and it's not even up for discussion, and he can look in your face and blow you such, then it's just not good enough. That's my take on it.
Olivia, you agree?
Totally, 110%. This guy can't make up his mind what he wants. And he's told you,
right.
You guys are getting married like, how soon? Like tomorrow?
3 months.
And he's told you that he can't make up his mind. For me, if he had given me that answer, I would have left.
Right.
Like, straight up. Because then why are you taking me down the aisle? Like, okay, so am I second fiddle? You can't make up my mind. You love two people at the same time. And for me, what even drives me crazy is the fact that this girl has been in the picture. She's been an ex, and now she's not letting go of the guy. And the guy had the audacity to entertain her while he was in a relationship with you and was financially even forking out money for her. You didn't know, and then it becomes an issue, and he claimed to have, gotten like, oh, please forgive me, but he's still in a relationship with her.
Right.
And for me, you see, this whole thing about them even being in the same church together is just like, okay, so at which point in time did the word of God minister to you that, okay, if you're in a relationship, you have to focus and say, okay, this is my wife to be, I'm not supposed to be cheating on her.
Right.
At which point in time were you actually listening to the sermons in church about morality and all of that? So like all of that gone down the drain. This guy didn't even appreciate the fact that you forgave him after he messed up.
Right. With the same person.
With the same person.
With the same person. And sweetheart, sometimes I feel like love is overrated. You've wasted your time 10 years. I mean, ask the sisters, me, I give you 2 weeks. I know who I am. 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't even need like 6 months to even decide whether you're marriage material for me or not. Me, I don't. I will not sleep with you. If you ask me out once, I always say it, I'll say it again. Maybe you can use it. If you ask me once, if you ask me out once, I'll say yes. I won't sleep with you, because if I don't say yes, what do I know? How do I know what kind of person you are? I need to give you an opportunity. I need to be able to give you time to get to know you. If I don't get to know you, how do I know whether I like you or I don't like you?
I totally agree.
Yeah. So saying yes, it's easy. But after 2 weeks, I watch you slowly. I look at you. I talk to you. I try to, pick your brain. How do you see life? What kind of future? Like basic things. Like, right. It should be papa. If I see that, Charlie, it's not working for me, honey bunny. Like sometimes I don't.
Let's break up. So how many exes do you have there? 1 million.
I'll call you. I mean, I don't keep long. I literally call you and say, you know what? this is just not working out. Like, it's not going to work. I don't think so. I'm sorry to have wasted your time, but I really don't think I can be in a relationship with you. You know why? Maybe it's because of me seeing what my dad put my mom through. My mom had like such a broken heart the whole time in the relationship, and she was like, broken hearts killed my mom, and there was no way I was going to allow myself to have that. I mean, God forbid. I told myself no, and I prayed on it, and I'm like, no. So before I set out to say, like, after I say yes and I give myself time, and I'm like, no, life is too short. You have a lot of people die because of stress. Sweetheart, 1, 2, 3, 4, like, what would near Anka by now? The child would have been 10 years. All that time gone down the drain. 12 months, 12 months, 12 months, 10 times.
120 months.
Sweetheart, you know what? I'm sorry that you had to go through this.
It was a mortgage you'd have paid.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, so moving on, I think that there's been too much time wasted over nothing. This guy, trust issues, he wasn't faithful to you, he doesn't respect you, your emotions, your feeling as a human being. There's no way you should be in a relationship with somebody like that.
Right.
Don't.
She asked 3 questions in the end, though. Says, do I call it off? Do I confront the lady? Or tell their pastors because they attend the same church?
Call it off, yes. Confront the lady, no. Tell the pastors, no.
Not necessary. It's not. Call it off. Tell the guy that, because, you know, if I were you, I'll just tell the guy, you know, my guy, you know what? Since you can't choose, I'll make it easy for you. Go with her. Enough of this. Walk out. You're done. And next time when you're going into another relationship,
don't
waste your time. Right now, you don't have time. You don't have time. Find somebody who loves you for you, appreciates your values, and loves you for who you are. If they love you, trust me, they won't do that to you. There's no excuse for cheating whatsoever. And enjoy your life. Because, sweetheart, if you go with this guy, right, there's no guarantee that 10 years from now he wouldn't be in a relationship with the other person. You will be there, he would even have a child with this other woman. By the time you realize she'll be in the same house with you and he'll be in the middle. He's a useless guy, I'm sorry.
True. Useless guy, Olivia says. All right, so Sabi, what do you think?
Been thinking you're the main chick, but it turns out you're the side chick.
Stop.
She's the side chick. And she's been the side chick for a long time. This man's not hiding anything. He's not shy to tell. Love with her. And she knows that he's not in love with her. Another thing I wanted to say is I wanted to reframe the 10 years. So she mustn't think in her mind and say, I've had 10 years with you and I've wasted my life. She must think about it in this way. There's the assumption, there's self-esteem is here. So the 10 years was me trying to figure out who I am. I've just gone through a really painful time. I wish that it didn't have to take so long, but now I'm learning the lesson that I need to. 1, so that I don't ever repeat this again. 2, I know what the signs are. And 3, for the right one to come along. So don't see it as a waste. It wasn't a waste. You could have been with someone else and still been in the situation. We all go through things in life where certain lessons won't resonate until we're ready. And by how she's writing things, she's ready. I would like her to think about what it is she wants for her life. Like, what are your goals? You know, she's so focused on this and what he's done or what he hasn't done, who he is, and the side chick. I wish she could take all that energy and use it on herself and turn it around and focus it on herself. So what does she want out of her life? Does she have a career? Does she want to go back to school? Does she want to travel the world? Like, things that are going to bring her joy. Nothing she does at this point is going to change this man, because what she's shown him is that she doesn't respect herself. He's ill-treating her over and over again, and she's still there. You know, we have this thing as human beings that, if I'm nice enough, if I'm kind enough, if I love him enough, he'll change. He's not going to change. So I wish that she could focus more on herself and find the strength to move on with her life. Like, I hate telling people straight up what to do, but please, girl, call off the wedding. call off the wedding, because you're going to get married, you're going to be in this situation, and you're going to have 2 to 3 kids in tow, and it's going to be harder. Right now, you've been given the gift of being able to have discernment while on your own. You walk out, clothes on your back, and start again. Call off the wedding, girl. Leave the pastors alone. Pastors are not going to do anything for you.
Alrighty, okay. So we will, we will. Let me read some comments actually. But just to answer your question, yes, definitely. You've heard. I have nothing more to add. The ladies are spot on with it. Just leave. At that point where he asked you, he said to your face that he cannot choose between you and his ex. What else? I mean, what else are you waiting for? Seriously, why are you even there? Like, why are we having this conversation? It's obvious who he's chosen. Just by the fact that he could not even separate the two. He's made it obvious who he wants more. So, that's just my thinking. Let me read a couple of comments. So Bright says, since you're going through counseling, I think you should draw the attention of the counselor to what's currently happening. Amma says, men who are caught cheating have a smart way of apologizing. He'll keep cheating with that same lady and even others. So it's either you're ready to be with him whilst he continues to cheat, or you stay away. Ohene says, media, I don't like putting my mouth in some people's relationship matters, but please use your God-given brain and decide what's best for yourself. Thank you. 10 years in a relationship with a man is quite too much. Your man can't choose between you and another woman. It's a red flag. 3 months counseling will not change this man. I hope you're not that desperate. On a more serious note, how are you going to manage a cheating husband for the rest of your life? I advise you walk away. Pray for divine wisdom. May God be your strength. Mama says, let him go. He's not worth it. If he can't choose between you and her after 10 years, then my dear, there's more to that relationship you don't know yet. He can't choose because he might be too deep into it than you think. Moore says, my sister, God has revealed it to you in a dream. What again do you want to see or hear? Clearly, the man doesn't want you anymore because he's not even choosing you over the other woman. Don't worry about the 10 years you've wasted on him. Inform the counselors. Cancel the wedding. Your peace of mind is paramount. And finally, a message from Papayao says, first of all, you have no business calling the lady. She's not forcing herself on your fiancé. You shouldn't have accepted him back into your life. He's been doing it even after you patched up with him. He just got unlucky and you caught him. Wedding is in 3 months, so call it off.
Thank you so much for watching Sister on your favorite City TV. Now, don't forget, if you want some more exciting content, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel. We call it the City Tube. And don't forget to click on the bell to receive notifications for fresh updates. Sister, every Friday at 9 p.m. only on City TV.